Hi, welcome to the Truth of Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 64 coming at you. Lots of NBA talk, CP3's legacy, and I wanted to talk about the Tigers, but he took it off the agenda, so we're just going to talk about the Tigers for a minute.
Because no one really cares, and they suck.
Some people do care.
If they were good, I would entertain it.
Yeah, that's true. Best 64 of all time, Randall McDaniel from the Vikings. He kicked the Lions' butt for a long time.
Best 6'4" of all time is the one that Eazy-E referred to in Boys in the Hood. You know that song?
No.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Best 6'4" of all time.
That's a good
Do
one.
some research.
Good one. Okay. NBA draft. So Pistons ended up with number 5. Obviously, we were upset. Hoping for Ivy or one of the big guys to drop. I mean, for 6 months, it's been Paulo, Chet, and Jabari. Maybe one of those guys drop. Who knows?
One of the bigs won't drop. I don't really care at this point. It sucks. Give me Ivy or Sharp and I'll be fine.
Yep.
Give me an athletic guy. Give me like AJ Griffin.
Let's talk about Murray.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I would be very happy with Ivy. And I don't care if he has some turnovers and shoots a little, but he's an athletic dude who would be great next to Cade. I really think
that's what a lot of people think.
Yep.
Cade's cousin Ashton, he wants Sharp.
He does, eh?
He said Sharp and Cade would be awesome together. Or something.
That's very interesting.
You saw Sharp's stats, like his physical metrics?
Yeah, he's like 6'6", 4.5% body fat.
No, his wingspan is like 7'1". Yeah. And he's like 6'5".
It's like Junior.
Like, if you just think about that, that's crazy.
Yep.
I want him.
Awesome. I would really like to see him play against somebody who's not a 16-year-old.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, like you come out of calculus and then you have to go and guard Shaden Sharp. Like that's just right. You saw the jokes. It's like, man, tough day calc, and then you got to go tackle Derrick Henry. Like just stuff like that. Yeah, it's the same deal.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else while you're on your phone?
No, that was not my phone. That was my watch. Gail Robertson from Gail Now chiming in.
Alrighty, thanks.
Okay, so scalp receipts. So Val and Isaiah went to the game on Saturday night, and it was just funny. It was a 4:00 game. Again, they told us all this information. Probably 20,000 fans, I would guess.
I don't know.
Yeah, but again, what they said, they didn't have tickets. Talking to scalpers back and forth. They ended up meeting some dude from Windsor. Row 3, the seats were.
Well, no.
Section 216.
Yeah.
Row 3. And Val and Isaiah sat in row 3 right behind the Baltimore Orioles dugout and gave it to Roughneck Odor.
Horrible pronunciation, but yeah, good time at the game.
How do you pronounce his name?
I think it's Rouge Ned or
Rouge Ned?
Rouge Ned, something like it. It's not Rough Ned. Like it's not.
His name is Moulin Rouge, so people are going to butcher it.
Alrighty. Yeah, no, it was a good game. Tigers actually won.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they suck and they're getting injured, but also go to games all the time.
Cheap seats.
Yeah.
For Isaiah and Val.
And us.
And us too, yeah. Yeah, of course, we sat in section 216.
Correct.
With John and his
and the
mean
nice
girlfriend.
She's not mean.
She was a little freaked out.
And then their friends. And now keep it moving.
Keep moving? We're not going to talk about that?
No, keep it moving.
There was just a bit of a diversity thing that surprised us. Yeah, Justin Verlander, early Cy Young talk.
Don't care.
Okay.
Keep it moving. He'll get injured soon, unfortunately.
NHL Playoffs.
Don't care.
Keep it moving.
Very few care. Edmonton plays tonight. And I'll maybe throw that
Battle of Alberta, they used to have some brawls.
And Florida and Tampa are playing. And they play at the same time in games as the Heat. So that's just stupid, but whatever. Right, you know that, right? Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning are playing.
They're playing each other?
Game days are the same day as the Heat Celtic games. Come on, guys. Okay. If I was in Florida, that'd be cool, though.
It would be cool, right? Think about, well, I guess it depends. Because it used to be hard to go to those games. So it used to be easy to go to those games. Like the Lightning, now that they've been good, it's a tough ticket.
Still, hockey in Florida, not a huge sell.
Not a huge sell. Tigers are 13-25 after about a quarter of the season.
Keep it moving.
Man, their offense sucks. And another starting pitcher was injured today.
I know.
Like 4/5, like they've got Skubal and a bunch of schmucks.
Yeah, they suck. They're going to lose. They're going to get a really good pick, and then they're just going to sell some more. And go there.
Okay. All right. Anything else off the top we're talking about?
No, we spent 5 minutes talking about nothing. Respectfully.
Off the top, haven't you ever watched PTI? This is kind of how they roll. They They talk about subjects.
And they also know how to work the printers. Just going to put it out there again for the people.
Well, they have people who do that.
He doesn't know how to work the printer. He doesn't know how to.
The printer here, I can't do. Hey, pull cap. Cap, stop. Stop cap.
No, just stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, stop the
he
cap.
doesn't know how to print from his computer to our home printer. Just does like that's the conversation. He doesn't know how.
Okay, next time I'll just go on your computer and do it.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
You need to learn how to use the printer at home.
Okay,
maybe use a wired connection. Like get a $7 cord and like that's also an option.
It is also an option. Okay, so lots of stuff happened in the NBA in the last week. Lots and lots of crazy stuff. I think Luka is actually the best player in the NBA.
Okay, we're doing this now. So Luka legacy is happening. That's what we're talking about?
Yeah, I was going to do it later. I just wanted to toss it out to leading into the Warriors and Mavericks. But if you want to do...
Let's do the legacy stuff, and then we'll talk about the upcoming series, or the current series.
That sounds good.
So I'm going to... Actually, real quickly, do you have any thoughts on the Celtics-Bucks series before we erase that from our memory?
I did jot down a couple of things.
Hit me quickly.
Celtics beat a great Giannis and a bunch of dudes. Not enough depth. If Giannis didn't make something happen, there was just too reliant on guys that did not step up. Lopez, Allen, Matthews. Listen, we love Bobby Portis. He didn't do great.
Giannis, like, they're asking Drew Holiday to shoot the ball 25 times a game. That's not who Drew Holiday was. He's never
good,
been that.
Not great.
Giannis had a really bad second half of Game 7. I'll admit it. He had an awesome first quarter, right?
Yeah,
10 minutes.
Yeah,
10 minutes into the game. 10 points, 7 boards, 6 dimes. 10 minutes into the game. Finished 10, 8, and 6 after 12 minutes. Just like stupid good.
Yeah.
Second half, tough second half. Giannis, he's still the best player on the planet. I've been saying this forever. You jumped on the bandwagon like all the other dumb people.
I jumped on the bandwagon last year.
No. You were on. No, you got stupid and cute this year saying KD's better.
KD, I thought would be the best player in a playoff series. To win a playoff series,
that sounds pretty semantic-y, but no, Giannis is the best player on the planet. I've been saying this before the finals, and he still is right now.
Obviously, you're a Heat fan. Who did you want to play?
I want to play Boston.
Okay.
Just because Boston doesn't have the Terminator, right?
And Middleton healthy, the Bucks are a tougher out.
I don't want to hear from Celtics fans. The fact that series went to 7 and the Bucks were missing their second best player.
Yeah.
Right? Let's say the Celtics didn't have Jaylen Brown.
Absolutely.
Bucks in 5.
Yeah, key up on Tatum. And Tatum is a guy, if he gets thrown off his game a little bit, he's not very good.
Well, actually, we're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about that now?
No, we're going to talk about that
in
the Heat series.
Okay, I agree.
Question. How do big guys back down little guys? You can't anymore. It's just an offensive foul.
It's stupid.
It's really unfortunate. I'm going to watch the game tonight. That starts at 9, so you'll be long gone. But you can't back down little guys. Now tell me.
I'll watch the first half.
That's so cap. I'm going to... Okay, bet. Say bet.
I bet you're going to take a picture of me.
100%. Okay, you watch ball...
So the
You watched ball in the 90s a little more than I did.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s and the 80s, but...
For sure.
How did big guys back down little guys when that opportunity presented
First of all, there was not nearly as much switching.
Okay.
Right? So, generally, if Isaiah Thomas got switched on to Robert Parrish,
yeah,
he would foul him from the front or they would double right away.
Okay.
There was not a lot of, little guys, right? Marcus Smart guarding Giannis. That didn't happen a lot. But what would happen is if, like Shaq, just used to back guys down and dunk on them. Right? Like the best scene ever is Shaq just backing down on that
white guy from New York. He just whipped
Dudley,
the ball
maybe?
at him.
Was it Dudley?
Might have been.
It was just so bad.
He dunked on him, and then he pushed him, and then the cracker got the ball and
whipped it at him. It was funny. Yeah, I think Shaq just laughed at him.
Thank you for your input there.
Yeah.
Because Bill Simmons said Giannis is the toughest player to officiate since Shaq.
Oh,
you can probably verify that. When I think tough to officiate, I actually think James Harden. Not that it's a very different type of tough officiating. Yeah. It's hard to ref Harden.
Yeah.
He just grabs people's limbs and cocks his head back like he's hard to ref.
Yeah, that stupid swing through thing.
That I sometimes do.
Yeah. Do you get foul calls or?
No, we don't really call fouls. I only call fouls when it's late in the game and I need it.
Okay.
And my buddies will know that. That's a fact. Charles Woodson.
Do our fans care about your NRL team?
Maybe a little. We'll give them an update later.
Undefeated.
Charles Woodson. Now, Charles Woodson tweeted about this game. Do you know that?
No, Chuck?
Charles Woodson, tweeted out of nowhere, this ref has taken over the game. He just tweeted that in the middle of Game 7 because there's that little ref, Kane Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
who I think on 3 straight possessions called 3 straight offensive fouls.
On Giannis?
No. One on Giannis, one on Tatum, and then maybe one on somebody else.
Oh, got it.
And it was just like, dude, you're taking over the game, and everyone was going nuts about it. The refs, I think, have had an awful playoffs.
I agree. This is going to be one of those rules that they're going to have to revisit, similar to the swing through stuff and the jumping in fouls that were all the rage.
There's a lot of issues with the refs.
And that kind of stuff.
We haven't even talked about the issues with flagrants and how there should be a flagrant 3, but we'll talk about that later.
Yep.
Anything else?
Talk about a difference between, like, Robert Parrish flat out punched Lambier, and there was not a foul called.
Yeah, though, like Kareem and some dude, I think he called foul when Kareem broke some dude's nose when he just dropped a right hook on him. Do you know what I'm talking about? Under the basket?
No.
This guy gave Kareem a bow to the ribs, and then Kareem kind of like hunches over for about 2 seconds, and then comes back into play and just unloads a lethal right hook on this guy. I'll show you the clip.
With his fist?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, and like breaks his nose.
Listen, Kareem is like the ultimate peaceful dude, but don't mess with him.
Correct.
He would get mad, and yeah, his bows were sharp.
So now do we go to Luka?
Yeah, now we're going to Luka. So why don't you talk about the Luka legacy?
So what we're going to do is I'm going to spend a minute on Luka's legacy.
We didn't get to talk about this a lot, but
yeah, we'll figure it out.
I kind of focused on where does CP3 rank all-time point guard. So after you go, we'll chat.
Yeah, we'll play that game. So I just want to say, what Luka did in Game 7, I've never seen anything like that in my many decades of watching basketball. I've never seen a dude do what he did in Game 7. Where it's like, okay, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to just shoot a step-back 30-footer over you, or I'm going to post you up and then shoot a 12-foot fadeaway.
So not Jimmy against the Lakers?
Not as consistent as what Luka was doing. Close to what Jimmy was doing in a couple of those games. Where it's like, hey, Dwight Howard, yeah, I want you. LeBron, I want you. But what Luka was doing from the paint and then also from half court is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
30-27. That was Luka to the Suns score early in the third quarter. Luka had 30. The Suns had 27. The Mavs, do you know what the lead went up to at one point?
55? Or...
That was a different game. 47.
Okay.
So in a Game 7 at home, Phoenix, odds-on favorite, was down 47 to Luka in
an elimination game, right? Golden State just threw the other game.
So we're gonna play this game. Luka right now. I'm gonna name a player, and you're gonna say if Luka right now is better than said player's prime. How's that sound? Do you follow?
Okay, that's a good game.
Thank you.
Yep. Luka right now, said player's prime.
James Harden.
Luka.
I agree. Paul Pierce.
Luka.
I agree. Steve Nash. Prime Steve Nash. Those 2 MVP years when he was just doing anything he wanted.
I love Steve Nash. Luka by a hair, partially because Nash was a bit of a, like he benefited from the D'Antonio system where they didn't play D and they just ran and put up lots of shots and got lots of buckets. So Luka, again.
Clyde Drexler. There was a time where Clyde Drexler, there's some people
the second best player in the NBA.
Next to Mike, and then there's some lunatics that thought he was better than Mike. And you remember what Mike did in that series? Hit 6 threes in the first half of Game 1, I believe. And that was the shrug. And everyone was like, okay, I think Mike's better. Clyde Drexler's
so
prime.
Luka right now, Clyde.
You think Clyde's prime is better than Luka right now?
No, that's
okay.
The question. I just got to debate that for a second. I can't call a push, can I?
No, that's stupid. No, say it. I can't answer this as well as you can answer.
I'm going to go Clyde, partially, like it was a bit of a different game. Like Clyde, obviously more athletic, but he was a really good defender, good mid-range. The three-point shot was not as big as it was, but like in terms of, is Luka the second best player in the NBA right now?
Yes, he's the second best player on the planet.
I mean, for the season.
Yeah.
Okay, so Giannis, you like Giannis. Like, I'm picking Clyde.
Okay. Chris Paul's prime. Now, it's kind of funny how we're talking about Chris Paul in a positive light here, and we're about to bash on him, I think, in a little bit.
Chris Paul's prime.
So you can take Pelicans Lob City, you can take the Pelicans one when he was younger, or you can take the Lob City Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Or you can take Houston next to Westbrook when they just complained and fought.
Luka.
I think I agree with that.
Yep.
Listen, the Iceman.
Luka, it's a very tough comparator because like Iceman didn't play a ton of D, but he was a lot of fun to watch.
Dame Lillard's prime, which might be now, might have been last season.
No, like when was this? And hitting shots.
Look,
That
well,
was
he did
about
that.
3
He's done
years
that a couple
ago.
of times. His prime is probably the bubble-ish when he hit that step back over Paul George.
Yeah. Luka.
I think I agree. Last one I have. Actually, I have a couple more. Kyrie Irving. Prime Kyrie Irving.
Oh,
This is really tough.
man.
This one I actually think I might go Kyrie.
I hate Kyrie.
Kyrie's one of the most skilled basketball players of all time.
Yeah.
Give Luka a couple more series.
So what do you have them for? Like for a whole season or a series or a game, a possession? Makes a difference.
It's definitely not a season because in that case, Kyrie wouldn't be. I wouldn't put his name down.
No, because he couldn't play because he'd have to get meningitis,
get a flu shot,
that kind of stuff.
I let's say series, a playoff series, 7-game, best of 7.
Luka.
Isaiah Thomas prime.
My Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah, not the fake 5'7" Isaiah
guy?
Thomas. Real Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
Okay. Last one, Walt Frazier. Prime. I know you're a big Walt Frazier guy.
That's pretty tough.
See, like, isn't that
super hard. Again, it's very hard to compare because it's different legacies.
Compare.
Well, I have to say Luka, even though I really don't want to.
So, like you said, Luka, I think, is the second best player right now. I think Giannis is 1. I think Luka is 2. And then I'll entertain, like, KD at 3. Tatum is up there.
Embiid.
Yeah, obviously, Jokic and Embiid. Injuries is kind of tough. Yeah. Luka and Giannis, I think, both have potential to be top 10 NBA players of all time.
Luka and Giannis, yes, that is correct.
Giannis might be top 20 right now. Like, if you look at some names, he's probably top 30, top 20. Sure. Whereas Luka is... Do you know how old Luka Doncic is right now? He's like 23.
23 or something. Yeah, it's crazy.
He has top 10 potential. Like, it's just...
He does. For sure and you think, like, he's not going to bump... Michael and Larry and LeBron and Bird.
No. But he can get into the Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant conversation.
Yes. Now, I know it's terrible to say bad things about Kobe Bryant, but Kobe Bryant was not a top 6 or 7 player of all time. He was probably 9 or 10.
I'm a little higher, but I am in the, I'm probably in the 6 to 9 nice range. Like I'm probably around there, right? Tim Duncan's in that. Bill Russell.
Yeah, exactly.
Larry, I think Larry's a little ahead.
Kareem was pretty good.
Look, I have Kareem as second best player of all time.
Okay, all right.
So, Luka and Giannis, just want to say, 2 foreign dudes, 2 extremely likable dudes.
Yes.
Are awesome. Luka just laughs and smirks after every bucket. It's unbelievable.
I like that. That's awesome. He'll
get a lip, and then he'll just either talk to his bench or the opponent's bench or some racist fan.
Just kind of laugh. Like laughing.
Did you see today where he was during the middle of the day? He was having beers with Boban. I'll show you the picture.
So he's having beers with Boban?
Today. There's a picture of him at some like outdoor bar, him and Boban having a beer. True story. Today. They played tonight. Then I just want to say.
Whoa.
What?
Today having a beer? That's so funny. Yeah. Although American light beer is like piss, so it's you're not really getting drunk.
The Suns, did you see the statement they released? They released a formal press release statement on all their social medias, basically apologizing for the loss.
Okay.
It's just like not many guys in the NBA will make the opponent put out a "we're sorry we embarrassed ourselves" statement.
But Lukovic slapped
I'll show you
so badly. I'll look at it.
It's honestly like "I'm sorry we suck." Is basically the statement. It's like a whole page.
Yeah, next time you need to make sure I read this prior to recording.
Okay. Even though you probably won't be able to read it if you can't set up the print.
I can read it.
So Luka, I love Luka so much. During Game 7, during like the first quarter, I'm like, I need to buy a Luka jersey. So I bought a Luka jersey just because that was long overdue. So that's coming soon. I love Luka so much.
Which color?
White.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Why? Do you like that color? Just wondering.
White and green?
White and blue. White and navy blue.
Okay. I like navy blue.
Well done. Do you have anything to add on Luka here?
Like my jacket. Not at this point, no.
I love Luka so much. Good job, Luka. Go ahead.
So the CP3 legacy, is he a top 5 point guard of all time? And the answer is no. Right? We'll get to that. But he's in that second group that we'll talk about it. So like a list of the top 5 and maybe even 6, right? Magic, Isaiah, Stockton, Curry, and Big O, right? For this discussion, we're taking Oscar Robertson as a point guard, even though he's more like point forward. And then I'm going to throw Bob Cousy in there as well.
Stop. Shut up, dude. Bob Cousy.
Yeah, Bob Cousy was good.
Come on, dude.
But, so I think CP3, he's like Jason Kidd, Mark Jackson, Steve Nash. Like, he's around those guys.
Okay, keep going. Because I'll chime in. You're actually pretty close to
Yep.
My thinking.
He's been good for a long time. Was he ever the best point guard in the league?
No.
Okay.
Depends how you define point guard, right? Like,
yeah, point forward, point guard. I mean,
right? When would he have been the best point guard in the league?
When he was finishing New Orleans, or just went to the Clippers.
So
that would have been his top.
That would have been so just before Curry.
Again, Curry overlapped some of that, so took some of that stuff away.
Before Kyrie. So who was he like? Not Steve Nash. Steve Nash was kind of on his way out. If LeBron counts as a 1, Kobe's obviously a 2. Who else is in that kind of point guard? There's not a ton of all-time great point guards.
Nope, not a ton of all-time great point guards. Like Curry was for a long time, like better than him. Like maybe the first couple years, like maybe when he was in year 3.
Since 2015, I think Curry's been better than Paul. Like
yeah.
2015.
So this would have been like 2012, 2013. He might have been the best point guard.
Maybe. John Wall was a bad man back then.
Just John Wall was very, very
John Wall had some seasons, and I like John Wall a lot.
Yeah.
And I also respect him because he's making like $70 million a year, and he's not playing.
Yeah.
So what else do you have on Chris Paul?
Okay. You've obviously seen the stats. He's the only person to blow 5 2-0 leads in the playoffs. That sucks. Great, just not a superstar. Injuries have hurt him at bad times. One of the things that we didn't talk about is 2011. He was he was actually traded to the Lakers from Charlotte. Charlotte did not have an owner, so the NBA kind of unofficially ran Charlotte at that point. They vetoed the trade.
It's David Stern who didn't.
Exactly.
And why?
They didn't want the Lakers to have a super team. This was before the super teams, right?
Well, when was this?
2011.
So it was after the Celtics.
Yeah.
It was right around LeBron going to South Beach, right?
Just before that.
Okay.
But Charlotte was going to get Kevin Martin, Luis Scola, Goran Dragic, and Lamar Odom. So 4 good dudes.
I guess.
But they didn't want CP3 playing with Kobe. And that was pretty interesting.
Because that's one that you see circle back that story. Oh my gosh, Chris Paul could have played with the Lakers and Kobe, blah, blah, blah.
And would that have made a difference to our discussion today? Yeah, it probably would have.
Yeah, I don't love those
kind of
hypothetical, oh, what if this happened? What if the Pistons drafted Carmelo? I don't care. It didn't happen.
Exactly. Except this trade actually did happen, but it was just vetoed.
Yes, it was vetoed.
Yep.
So, Chris Paul, you know what his nickname is? It's easy.
CP3?
Yeah. We're no longer allowed to call him that after how he embarrassed himself. He's now referred to as Christopher Paul III. People aren't calling him Chris Paul. It's Christopher Paul. He's lost that respect.
Ooh.
Christopher Paul III, if you want to.
That's a big hit.
Okay. His stock is just. Do you have anything else to add? Like,
I don't. I do feel bad for him. But oh well.
I don't feel bad for him. He's making a fair amount of money. He's got.
I know he's making some. I feel a little bit bad for his legacy because I think there's a lot of ass hats like Kyrie Irving that got a championship and CP3 did not, or Christopher Paul III, or whatever we're supposed to call him.
So when you said kind of what tier he's in, I agree with you. Now, I don't have him in my top 5. I never did. A lot of people did. There was a stretch. When was it really popular? I think it was right when he went to the finals last year. And he was
when like he improved Houston, then he improved Phoenix.
Then he went to OKC and was told to lose, and he's like, no,
let's win.
And brought him to the playoffs, right? Yep. Like that was
exactly,
and it's the kind of MVP buzz. I never had him top 5. My top 5 point guards all time. This is kind of the order-ish, something like Magic, Curry, Big O, Isaiah Thomas, Steve Nash. Okay. I have Nash ahead of Stockton. And then you said you've got Paul in that second tier. I'm right with you there.
Okay,
right. Paul next to Stockton.
We'll trade away Stockton for Nash.
Next to Kidd, next to Frazier, if you want to call him a 1.
Yep.
The Bob Cousy thing is done. Like, I don't want to say...
I didn't watch a lot of Bob Cousy because obviously I'm not that old.
I didn't either.
But he was great. Again, different era, different team, but
I don't want to
be pretty good.
I don't want to be the guy that's like plumbers and electricians. That's who Bob Cousy played with, but like...
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, they worked during the off-season, like...
As an accountant.
Yeah, probably not a lot of accountants, but that's okay.
You don't think so? Bob Cousy, I bet, was pretty good numbers.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Bob Cousy lived in Boston, so he probably had a good job.
We'll let you put that.
Some of his teammates probably didn't have such good jobs.
No. We won't even talk. We haven't even made any about Boston disrespect yet.
Right there. Oh, sorry, just got something caught in my throat there.
All right, good one.
That's good.
Okay, anything on Christopher?
Nope.
It's awful. Stock's so down.
Down.
It's kind of funny how...
Just stock's down on everybody in Phoenix, even Monty Williams.
Is Aiton's stock down?
Yep.
Man, is that we can get him cheaper then?
Yes.
Everyone's stock is down. Actually, no. Cam Johnson's stock isn't. Cam Johnson actually showed up and he's going to get paid. He's going to get some money.
Yeah.
Other than that, everyone else, right? Bridges,
but he's
White
the
Light.
7th best player on the Suns.
7th? No. Paul, Booker, Ayton.
Crowder, Bridges.
I don't know if Crowder's better than Bridges is better than him.
Crowder's good.
Who's their little point guard? Cameron Payne?
Yeah.
He's not better.
Solid. He was good last year, not as good this year.
Okay, so let's
anyway, good. Keep going.
Move on to the... I have nothing else to add here.
We should just chat a little bit about the Warriors and Mavs predictions.
Yeah, we can spend a minute on that.
Okay. So Dallas is not backing down, obviously. Their best player is the man. And who their second best player is? Honestly, I would say it depends on the game, but it doesn't even depend on... It depends on the quarter. Right? Brunson, Spencer, Finney Smith.
Spencer?
Kleber.
First name basis with Dinwiddie? Or?
Dinwiddie? Yeah, he played in Detroit.
Okay, I know.
Reggie Bullock. Good hair, also played in Detroit.
Dorian Finney-Smith, my man.
Yeah, you like him?
I like Finney-Smith and Kleber.
Who guards Luka? We talked about this already.
Yeah, so Wiggins is going to be guarding him.
Yeah.
I read something I was going through Twitter, NBA Twitter, very entertaining, right? And some Warriors fan account was kind of talking about matchups and said, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to have playoff Wiggins guarding Luka. And the top comment was, what is top comment was, what is a playoff Wiggins? Because I don't buy into this playoff insert last name.
No.
Right? Like, playoff Rondo. No, that's
playoff stupid. Rondo wanted to shoot a girl last week.
Oh yeah, I didn't read too much about that.
That's bad.
And wasn't it his family he pulled a gun on? I thought.
Probably a baby mama or something.
Dude, oh my god. Oh, just gonna keep moving. I'm gonna try to keep moving.
Okay.
Playoff Jimmy I think is real. Statistically.
Yes.
Playoff Luka.
And playoff 3-point Jimmy.
Everything Jimmy. We're gonna talk with him later.
Coffee Jimmy.
So playoff Wiggins is on Luka, and actually he did an okay job in the regular season guarding him. I think Kuminga.
Yep, I wrote down Kuminga's going to get some run.
He's going to get some run on him.
I wish Peyton was healthy.
You think Peyton would guard him?
Just for stretches to beat him up. Because here's the thing, Luka, they need to make him work on defense, obviously. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing is, playing Phoenix is much different than playing the Warriors. The Warriors move a lot. That's going to be tougher.
What Phoenix did was they picked on Luka by getting him in the pick and roll.
Yeah.
Whereas Golden State is going to pick on him
by movement.
By just ball screens. Whoever Luka's on. Yeah. How about you set a screen for Curry and then set a double screen for Clay? And then Luka's going to have to either
and then you go out, guard 3-point line, then they go inside for that.
So there's issues there. The Golden State actually doesn't pick on players a ton. That's just not their offense. Like, it's not ISO dribble usually. Sometimes Jordan Poole can because he's that good. Curry even, he'll get a big guy on him. He's still going to get the same shot he's going to get if a guard's on, right?
Yep.
Mega small ball. There's going to be so many 3-pointers.
This will break the record for 3-pointers.
Old people are going to hate this series.
Yes.
5 out both ways, which brings me to the question, come on, Looney. What's his role? He had
22 rebounds.
He had a great game.
Yeah.
What's his? Can he even get run?
He'll get some run.
If Dwight Powell's not on the court for Dallas, I don't think Looney can play. You can't put Looney on Kleber. That doesn't work.
No.
I don't think you can. Not consistently.
He's not. I mean, he's a shooter, but he's not that quick.
No, but I don't know if I want to have Kevon Looney on the perimeter, running around, getting in potential pick and rolls with Luka.
That's a good point.
I don't want that.
Yeah, that's true.
The question is, Luka and Curry, they're going to be awesome. Who's going to be the second best player, the third best player in the series? Right? Luka and
great
Curry.
Question.
Clay, Brunson, Draymond, Spencer, your buddy, Wiggins. There might be a Kuminga game. Right?
Here's the funny thing. Actually, I'm going to go with Brunson because I think Golden State is going to have a lot of... Clay's going to have a game. Draymond Green's going to have a game. Obviously, Jordan Poole's going to have a game. I think on a per-game basis, the Warriors will most often have 2 of the top 3. But cumulatively, I think Brunson's going to have a good series.
What's your prediction?
Dubs in 6.
So I wrote down Warriors in 7. Man, I'm going to keep it at that, but the more I think about it, the more I want to say Dallas in 7. Like,
say it. Say it right now.
No, we're moving on. I'm saying Warriors in 7. It's what I had down.
Okay, Warriors in 6.
I'm going to leave it at Warriors in 7.
Okay, let's just chat briefly about.
Also, every game starts at 9, so it's all about that. You're not going to watch
much of that. I'm not watching. Not watching so much. It's easier for me to get up at 4:30 and watch the summary.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Celtics Heat. We've seen one game. This is going to be up tomorrow in the evening. It's going to be up after the Mavs Warriors.
I think we should just mention how badly the Heat broke down Philly.
Yeah. So just broke down Philly. Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
After it was there's a couple rough games where Miami couldn't shoot, and then a lot of people panicked. I got scared. It was really tough to say because of injuries and who was right. Is Harden going to actually come? Is Embiid going to be injured? Is Lowry going to be here? But we took care of Philly. So now we're moving on. Can you talk about Jimmy? Because the people know I love me some Jimmy.
Listen, Jimmy, he stole game 1
Keep going.
by himself. He just said, I will win tonight and nobody will stop me. He just took advantage of guys. He just played smart. Lots of shots, lots of boards, steals, blocks. He just filled it up and he willed his team to win. Like, how do you take a play off when you're playing with Jimmy Butler? You're scared of going back to the bench, right?
And go back to the bench. Giannis has them, and Dwayne Dedmon and PJ Tucker are just going to fight you.
Exactly.
And then Jimmy will.
Sorry, Hero. I know you have a black eye, but you let the guy go on defense. So I love it. I'd like to see a little bit more dunk, but if Strus and Vincent are getting some shots up, they trust those guys more on defense and in the system. Depot, they got a lot of guys, and they're just hard to play.
Yeah,
so right? I love Dedmon. He's a great role player.
Okay, back to Jimmy. Look, the bubble fraud nonsense, take that, throw it out. There's people saying that he's only good because there's a bubble, blah, 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 blah. No.
Last year they were beat up. It was not a great year for them.
This is not a bubble fraud because he's doing this to a much better Celtics team than what he faced in the bubble. This Celtics team is way better than the bubble.
This Celtics team has been the best team in the NBA since Gen 1.
It's also a little funny how this is the exact same conference finals as we had in the bubble. So, again, your bubble fraud comparisons for both Jimmy and for the league as a whole, you can really get rid of it, especially for the Eastern Conference.
This was Kyrie was still there.
No, not in the bubble, dude. They had Kemba.
Okay, that's right.
That was the other point guard that they tried out. The old point guard didn't work.
Yeah.
So Jimmy
they just took a power forward who's small and made him the point guard.
Jimmy.
That's actually worked out okay.
41 points, 9 boards, 5 dimes, 4 steals, 3 blocks in 41 minutes play.
I'm sure he took a charge or two.
Yeah. 12 for 19 from the field, 7 for 18 from the free throw line.
What?
7 for 18 from the free throw line. He got hacked a lot. And now you're going to be like, oh my gosh, the refs. I think the Heat has
7 for 18. He missed 11 free throws.
I've been saying 17 for 18. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think I have been saying that. I can't rewind, but I feel like I have been.
No, wrong. Full cap.
Just cap, not full cap.
Yep.
The Celtics were in the bonus with like 9.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, maybe more. So I don't want to hear ref talk.
Yeah, I told me that. That's crazy.
Rest of them terrible.
Just ease up a little bit. Swallow your whistle. Nobody wants you to freaking control the show.
Do you have anything else? Because I'm actually going to read an excerpt. Excerpt. Yeah, I'm going to read one. But do you have anything else before I read this?
Want my prediction?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
Heat in 7.
That's what I got. Heat in 7, baby.
All right, good.
I'm really nervous for this series, though, because Boston is really
solid. Solid. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm going to read an excerpt, and you're going to tell me where you think it's from.
I'm going to tell you, or listeners are going to tell you?
Well, you are. We're not going to wait that long, even though I appreciate the listeners.
Yeah, I'm talking to Dale.
The Heat clearly believe they can take advantage of the Celtics' casual to careless ball handling habits, and it was made worse by Tatum's griping to officials at the expense of getting back on defense. Tatum is a wonderful player, a true superstar now, but that might have been the most embarrassing 2-minute stretch of poor play and behavior in his career. If he wants the kind of respect from officials that Butler receives, he needs to knock off the constant carping. It's counterproductive, and in the case of Grant Williams, it has become contagious. Where do you think that's from?
So who would say something like that? Stephen A. Smith would say that.
Do you think it's wrong?
No, I don't think it's wrong.
So Stephen A. Smith wouldn't have said that because he only says wrong things.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes he says
it's not a person; it's an outlet. CBS, SI, M Live, etc. It's an outlet. It's a news outlet. Don't think of it personally.
What's the ESPN?
Boston.com. BostonSports.com.
Whoa!
So this was a Boston site that I found my way on.
Wow!
And the fact that this Boston website is putting this out there, I think just shows that this Tatum complaining to the refs thing is a very real thing. Bill Simmons, huge Celtics homer, he talks about it. Now, Grant Williams was mic'd up. You probably didn't hear this. He was mic'd up, and he was just saying nonsense, and it was just like yelling at his guys like he shouldn't be doing, and everyone wasn't listening, and it was very dismissive.
Okay, so you had one great game, and now you think you can just yell at everybody?
All I'm saying is, this Heat team and the Celtics team, both are very good. Both are very different teams. One of them is just tough and gritty, and I think the Celtics are. The Celtics are awesome. They're so good.
Here's the thing. They're very dependent on Tatum, who has a tendency to just have a bad game. I'm missing a couple shots. I'm not going to try on D, and it's going to be a snowball effect.
Well, Jaylen Brown played awful.
Did
He got a few buckets late. He couldn't really hit his free throws. He wasn't good defensively. Tatum, I think, had 7 turnovers. Many of them, you talked about a 2-minute stretch there in that piece. That was when there was like 2 steals, 2 blocks. No, like Jimmy had 2 steals. Bam had a couple blocks. Strus had a steal, all in like 2 minutes. That was when it was like a 12-0 kind of run there.
Awesome.
It was a really entertaining third quarter. The other quarters, not so much. But, 1-0, he took care of business.
Okay.
I have nothing else. I'm looking forward to watching Luka.
Just wrap up. The kid, he's got a real grown-up job now. Like, he wears grown-up clothes, and he does grown-up stuff. He works for the mayor of the city of Windsor. So, proud of the kid. And you should go on to, how do you follow, like, the stuff that you do? Just go on to the mayor's social media accounts?
Or you don't have to. It's fine.
You should. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very rarely in the picture because he's often taking the picture.
Yeah, it's a good gig. Keep me busy. I like it. Learn a lot.
Drew's our home dog, too. Right?
Mayor
He's good.
Mayor Dilkins.
Mayor Dilkins, he's a good speaker.
Yeah, Mayor Dilkins is excellent.
Who's a better speaker? Mayor Dilkins or Premier Ford?
It's such a trap, and no comments. I'm not answering.
Okay, I'm going to say it. Mayor Dilkins.
Okay. I'm not answering.
Yeah, I've known him since he's like 18. So, he's a
When?
good speaker then. When did they answer that? It's not funny anymore, right? That's tried and true. It's like Psych used to be.
I was never that big, but okay.
Psych was big when I was a kid.
Really?
Yep.
When?
Sorry. Forster's closed, but the ghosts of Forster still exist. They're going to hunt you down and beat the crap out of you.
Thanks. You went to Forster, so why can't you?
You don't beat you up because people will know it's me. You get somebody who's like 3rd degree attached is just going to show up and they put a phone booth over your stomach and beat you with a baseball bat. It's all internal bruising. Just hurts like hell.
All right. Say thanks to the listeners.
Thanks, listeners. Appreciate your love. Peace out. Talk to you soon.
Listeners. Go Heat.